Hi, I'm your host, Rachel, the perfect place for you if you want to grow and change your mindset into positive. If you have a minute, share this in stories and tag me. I would love to know how it helped you in your love journey. Now, let's just dive into the video. Good morning. So for this week's episode, we are going to talk about your last thoughts at night. But before we start, let me first ask you a question. What are the things that you think about before you close your eyes to sleep? In this generation, a lot of people, or maybe it's also you, a lot of people usually think of negative things before they go to sleep. And sometimes it is what keeps them awake at night because they can control it. Your own thoughts keep you awake at night. You know that feeling when you just want to sleep but a lot of things are going into your mind, right? And those things affect your whole being. Now, let me put it into this. Let's say your brain is a mansion and there's a gate. Yes, we cannot change the fact or we cannot deny the fact that sometimes we cannot control our thoughts because sometimes, no, most of the times is not really our choice, right? Because having a mental illness is actually an illness. You have some chemical toxins in your brain that cause you to think badly or to think negatively. Now, going back with what I've said a while ago, your brain is like a mansion and there's a gate. Now, let's say your thoughts are people or your visitors. Now, what am I trying to say here? Listen carefully because you might take this lesson all throughout your life, okay? If there are some visitors at your place, you can see them first outside of it, outside of your house, outside of your gate. They are not yet inside of your house or inside of your mansion. You get me? You can just see them first outside of the gate. And we cannot control it, right? Because we don't have any idea when they will appear outside of your gate. Because some of our visitors are all of a sudden, right? And those visitors are your sudden thoughts. Now it is up to you if you will open your gate for your sudden visitors. Yes, they came so suddenly and you don't have the control if they will appear outside of your gate or not. But always remember that it is up to you if you will open your gate and let them into your mansion or into your house, which represents your mind that could affect your action towards life. Do you get what I'm pointing out right now? Well, I hope so. We don't have any choice for our sudden thoughts because it is an illness. You are dealing with mental illness. So it is normal to have sudden negative thoughts. But we do have a choice. You do have a choice if you will let them into your mind and affect your actions. So what I'm trying to say here is your last thoughts at night could totally influence you. It is also based on the book I have once read. So even though there are negative thoughts in your mind and you weren't able to control them, they're now inside of your mansion or inside of your house, it's okay. Don't feel bad about yourself. Just feel what you need to feel at that exact moment. But make sure that even just 1 minute before you close your eyes, say something good to yourself. For example, there are a lot of negative things that are going into your mind, and that's the reason why you're awake at night. It could be for hours and hours and hours and hours. But just make sure, even just for 1 minute before you close your eyes to sleep, say something good or think something good to yourself. For example, for the last minute before I close my eyes to sleep, I will think of, I'll be stronger tomorrow. It's okay to cry. Now, why is it important to do this, even just for the last minute before you close your eyes to sleep? Because the last thoughts we put into our minds definitely influence us. This is the quote I got from the book I have once read, Something to Smile About by Zig Ziglar. Now, maybe you're thinking right now that it's just simple and doesn't have a big impact. But how can you say if you won't try, right? That is why it is important to start doing even just a small positive habit. Because there's nothing you can do but to actually try or start. Now that I'm talking to you, start this kind of act from now on. As I end this, I want you to reflect at this exact moment that you are watching me. What are the thoughts that you put into your mind before you go to sleep? How does it influence you? And whenever you are dealing with pain, whenever you are dealing with mental illness and your negative thoughts keep you awake at night, I want you to remember the technique that I gave. Think your brain as a mansion and there is a gate. It's okay to have sudden thoughts, to have sudden visitors, because we don't have the control of it. We don't have any idea when they will appear, when they will come. But we do have a choice. You do have a choice. If you will let them into your house, if you will open your gate for them. That's it for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you have learned something new. Make sure to share this with your friends so that they could also learn from what you have learned from this video. And please remember that you can also download this episode in all my podcast platforms so you can listen to it wherever you want or whatever you want, even if you're jogging, walking in the street, driving, running, or whatever you're doing in life. So what are you waiting for? Hit the download button beside this episode in all my podcast platforms. And please remember this is also now available in Tagalog version para ito sa mga kabataang Pilipino natin dyan. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day and love you.